Good evening, everybody. My name is Charles Fernandez. I am a 3D artist, and we're going to make something cool. We're going to continue the project I've been working on for the last several episodes. I'm making an Atari 2600, and the modeling is complete, but I'm in the process of UV mapping it. So let's take a look at my UV space. I've got the console mapped out, but right now I'm going to move on to mapping out the controller, or actually just laying it out. I will make some adjustments to the UVs because that's very, very basic and not complete right now. I'll also be adjusting the texel density so that it matches up with the console. First, let's just select this. Open the tools. Show toolkit. Yes, please. Come over here. And transform. I'm going to get the texel density. Now, you can select the controller and set the texel density. And what this does is it reduces the size so that it's all relative to the geometry of the console. So if you select the console, you'll see that the scale is about the same. Now I'm going to be adjusting the layout as I go along, but this will give us a good starting point. Hope you guys are having a good evening. This is a kind of a spontaneous evening of the show. I have attempted to do a regularly scheduled broadcast, but my schedule is so erratic it's difficult to keep to it. So I just figured I would start one for the hell of it and see what I can get done tonight. I might work on this for like an hour, maybe 2 hours. We'll see how long I last, because I'm already getting sleepy. I'm fairly certain at this particular time there's nobody really watching, but if you are watching, or if you stumble upon this a little bit later on and you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will do my best to answer. Looks like I picked up a viewer. Hello, welcome to the show. Hope you're having a good evening. Confused by that. Hold on. That is so weird. Okay. have no idea why that's inverted.
You got him. What you doing?
Hello. I am doing some, well, I was doing some 3D modeling, but I am currently doing UV mapping for texturing of an Atari 2600 console system. How you doing tonight?
You got him. Oh, cool.
So now that I have these cut into their component parts, let's see about laying them out a little bit better.
You got him. I'm doing great, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Had a long day, so I'm a little bit tired, but just wanted to get some modeling done before bed. So where are you watching from?
Got him. Over on the small island of New Zealand.
Oh man, that's amazing. I've never been to New Zealand, and my only exposure to it is the Lord of the Rings movies. But I would love to work at Weta Digital, man. That's the dream. What's it like down there?
Got him. It's nice. My experience has been mostly rural living. It's peaceful.
That sounds amazing. Have you gotten into any of the urban areas before, though? Have you had any experience in the cities? How was that? expecting the music to cut off that abruptly. Okay, hold on.
No got 'em. Only traveled through them a couple of times. It's crazy seeing so many people and buildings in such a small space.
I would imagine. So, rural life. What are you doing? Farming out there? Like, what's it like out there? Like, I know you said it was peaceful, but like, yeah, I don't really know. Sorry, my brain isn't quite braining right now. Modeling and talking at the same time don't quite mesh. At least not for me. Oh, that ain't not what I wanted to do. So, what's the temperature like there now?
No got 'em. Dairy farming. There are a lot of them around the country. If you live in a good location, you get to be up with the cows and see beautiful sunrises. The temperature now is getting colder as we approach winter.
Oh, that's right, because I'm in North America, so because we're on the opposite side of the equator, our seasons are inverted. We're going into summer now.
got 'em. Do you do 3D modeling as a day job too?
Yes, I do. I am currently freelancing, but I have done it full time before as well. But yeah, current client has made a plugin for Unreal for lighting designers, so that they can do like light simulations as they program shows for like concerts and live performances and stuff like that. So it's something that they're using now with like virtual productions and stuff like that. So I build lights for them, and then I just right now I'm doing this. I'm trying to create let's see, a content pack for the Unreal Marketplace. So I'm building the Atari. I have a vintage TV that I made a couple weeks ago, and I'm just gonna go through like a bunch of, basically just making a bunch of shit that I had in my living room in the 80s. So to see if anybody wants to add it to a game or something.
No, got 'em. That's pretty cool. What's it like trying to find clients? I imagine they would be really picky and have high expectations. Is it like that for you?
Well, it gets easier to find clients the more experience you have. It's of course it helps that the guy that I'm working for is an old friend of mine, and we've been working together for like 20 years off and on. But with, I've found that the longer my resume gets, like the more, like it's hard freelancing, and it's difficult breaking into studio work when all the experience you have is freelancing. Like for some reason they don't count freelancing as like legitimate work. So it's, when you spent a lot of time freelancing, it's detrimental to you when you're trying to get a job at a studio. But I've gotten my foot in the door at least one or two studios now, and I've gotten some work there. And once I've had that on my resume, it's a lot easier to get. I've been contacted by recruiters for various game companies and software developers and stuff like that. So it's it helps having the experience, it gets you on, it gets you noticed more. And, you know, I would say, like, promoting yourself, like getting your work out there is another good way. Like, it's, oh man, yeah, I can certainly, like, I've gotten tons of, like, from my days of, like, struggling to find clients. That's rough sometimes, especially when you're just starting out. But yeah, once you get some more experience, like once you have more work experience, not so much experience with the program, or, you know, with 3D modeling or animation itself, but like work experience, you know, in a studio, that definitely opens doors. It's just getting that foot in the door is the trick. But one thing that an old friend of mine recommended to me that certainly helped in my job hunting was, I took all of my freelance work, instead of like listing individual clients that I worked for, and said that, oh, this was freelance work. I created kind of like a shell corporation, like a not so much that I created a business, but like I gave myself the name CF2 Studios, and everything that I did as a freelancer was listed under CF2 Studios. So, you know, I made sure that this was my freelance contract work, but, you know, I listed it as I worked for this company, even though the company was me. And that helped break through some application filters to get to interviews and stuff like that. So, I mean, that might be considered cheating in a way, but sometimes it's just a matter of like getting your work seen by someone who can make the decision to hire you. Because like a lot of times, like when I was job hunting back in the early days, of course, depending on how early you consider early days, when first started to make the transition into applying for jobs online, things got really, really difficult because like they have filters in place. So like the HR department will only look for candidates that have college degrees, and only look for candidates that have 3 years of experience. Only look for candidates that have knowledge in specific programs. So if you're, it's important to have that in your background, important to have your degree or whatever. Like a lot of people say, oh, you don't need a degree, all you need is an excellent demo reel. That's bullshit, because, I had some great work, and a lot of times my application never got seen because it was never, like, my portfolio was never seen, my demo reel was never seen, because my application never made it past the filter that HR had in place, because they only wanted to see people with degrees. So things got a little easier for me once I went back to school and got my degree as well. So little things like that. All right, so where was I? ISO density has been set again.
No, got him. Wow, that's some great insight. You've got your head screwed on straight, that's for sure.
Well, I've just been playing the game for a while, so you pick up things here and there to help you. So, do you have interest in animation or modeling or anything like that? Like, what's the... Or do you watch primarily for games and stuff like that?
No, got him. Oh yeah. I picked up 3D July last year, and it turned into a daily hobby. I've been having a blast just learning everything and seeing my own improvement.
Cool. So what are you using, Blender? Or Maya, 3D Max?
got 'em. Yep, Blender. Since free is best, you know, haha. I've attempted to team up with other people before to make games, but I still haven't reached that skill level just yet. Soon.
That is fair. Alright, so, if you want some really good advice for what to do as far as taking your skill set to, like, let's see, into the future of what will be needed, I recommend diving into Unreal Engine. That is being used a lot for virtual production. Actually, you know what? I kind of take that back. Alright, so I will say that Unreal Engine is currently the industry standard for virtual production. It's basically the way that Hollywood is doing real-time rendering. The Mandalorian was like Industrial Light and Magic used Unreal Engine for their virtual sets. I really recommend like taking a look at the making of the Mandalorian to give you an idea of how it was used. But yeah, that was done using Unreal Engine. However, Unity just purchased Weta Digital. So the Unity game engine, they now have access to, they're probably going to be having Weta incorporate Unity into their virtual production workflow. So if you're looking to get into 3D on a big studio scale, take some time to learn Unity, or hell, just try learning both of them. That's gonna be confusing, trying to learn both of them at the same time, but like, that's, like, I've been using Maya for a long time, but like, God, these programs are super complicated, so, God, I'm sorry, I'm doing a horrible job of explaining this because I can't brain good. But, man, what's a good way to describe this? Yeah, I'd like just definitely recommend looking into Unreal Engine and Unity specifically for virtual production if you want to get into that kind of thing. If you want to get into games, either one of those engines will be great. Not sure if I can handle too much more didgeridoo. Okay. Nothing against the didgeridoo, just that's a lot. Anyway, the reason I bring up Unreal is because that is currently, like, virtual production with using game engines is kind of like uncharted territory for a lot of people in the visual effects industry. So the skill set there is like not a whole lot of people have that skill set yet. So there is an opportunity to get ahead of the give yourself an edge over the competition of people in the industry that are, that you're competing for work and stuff like that. Try and get ahead and spend some time developing your skills there, and that'll serve you well, I think. But for the reason that I say that is because it doesn't matter what 3D package you are developing in, if ultimately it's going to be sent to Unreal Engine. You can work in Blender, you can work in Maya, you can work in 3D Studio Max. All those models, you just convert them to FBX and send them to Unreal, and Unreal will open them no matter what program they come from. And if you're doing your rendering in Unreal, then yeah, you can incorporate assets that are made from any program. Like, the thing is with traditional 3D animation, like, everything used to be modeled, rigged, animated, and rendered all in the same program. If you were, creating say you were making, the Star Wars prequels, that was all done in Maya. So all of the battle droids were modeled in Maya, and then they were textured and rigged and animated, and everything that was digital, all the 3D elements were created in Maya. So then they were rendered in Maya as well. So you really needed to be an expert in Maya in order to get a job in the industry, because that was the package that everything was made in. Like, all of the work was done in Maya, so if you didn't know Maya, you were kind of screwed. But with things being sent to Unreal for rendering now, then sometimes it's just a matter of, do you know how to make the asset that you need in whatever 3D package that you're using, in which case, make it and then bring it into Unreal, and it doesn't matter where it comes from. So yeah, and Blender is a great program. I've used it. I actually used it professionally for a while, because when one of the studios that I worked for, it was a big studio, but they didn't do a lot of, let's see, it was the biggest company that I'd never heard of until I started working for them. And they don't specialize in 3D animation. That was not their primary bread and butter. They focused specifically on touring live entertainment. But they needed a 3D artist. They needed someone who could do 3D work, because they had some 3D work to do. But they did it all in Blender because it was like, it was free, and it's what they were exposed to first, so they just went with it. But yeah, and then eventually I got them hooked on Maya. But yeah, one of the big studios that I worked for, the best full-time job that I ever had, they had me starting off using Blender. So yeah, to each their own.
Nugaden. I never really thought about Unreal as a virtual production tool. That's super interesting. To be able to learn by concept and have it be practical, that's really cool. I did actually dip my toes in Unreal for a while and didn't think it was worth the time. You've changed my mind on that. Ah, you've got me all excited now, haha.
Alright, so I would say either Unreal or Unity. Tackling them both at the same time would be a challenge, so I would say focus on one or the other. I personally would probably recommend Unreal, at least for anyone that's going to be working, doing like studio work in the US. It's trickier when you're in New Zealand because of Weta Digital and Unity. But yeah, but the cool thing about Unreal is they have a wealth of information. They have an entire like Epic Games has an entire, website dedicated specifically to teaching people how to use Unreal for free. And like you get progress bar and you get badges, like, oh, I know how to do this now. Like they have it separated by section. Like there's specifically a course, a line of courses for virtual production. There's specifically for game production. There's specifically for people whose strength is programming. There's specifically for people who want to do things that would require programming, but if you aren't a programmer, you can use something called blueprints. So yeah, there's a lot to learn. And then there's their forums where you can ask questions, and people that have been using the package for a while can answer them. There's a lot of resources for somebody who wants to learn. I'm a huge proponent of web courses, and that's what they've got going over there. So it looks like I have managed to freeze Maya. Maya has crashed on me, which happens from time to time. Makes me sad. Sad boy. Oh, no. It is not crashed. I thought it crashed on me. But it was just like, it has the spinning wheel of doom, but as long as you can save it, like as long as you can access the menu, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I can just cancel that out. Try to at least. Huh. Alright. I don't know why this progress bar is set to 20. But we'll do this. What is that? I have these. Oh. Alright. These are elements that require my attention. There we go. Set the pixel density for these. Oh. This specifically. There we go. We'll try this again. Set. Perfect. Save. Hey Jay Ream, welcome to the show. Let's see.
Hey Dream. Hello, smiley face.
Hope you're having a good evening. Whatever time it is, where you're at. We've also got we've got No Goddamn, who's coming in from New Zealand, so it is an entirely different time where he's at.
Hey Dream. I am having a good time. Just got home at 3:16 a.m.
Alright, so you're East Coast United States. Same time zone as me. That is the whole console now UV mapped. I'll go ahead and map the cartridge now, but I'll use different, I'll make that a separate UV tile.
Hey Dream. You're the first person I've found that actually knows how to 3D model, and I'm loving it.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. And let's see. I don't stream regularly, consistently. Like I really ought to if I want to grow the channel, but my schedule's kind of erratic, so I have no idea when I'll be on or like what time. Just sometimes the mood strikes me. It's like, oh, I've been up working and now I need to go to sleep. I'll just do some modeling. So if I'm working on personal projects and stuff, I will stream them on occasion. So here we are. Looks like I actually already UV mapped this for the most part. Or no, I did automatic mapping on it. So that's fine. And let me get the music playing again. So yeah, I was telling oh God no, or wait, no goddamn, sorry, I keep getting your screen name messed up. Sorry, man. I was telling him if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I've been using Maya for about 20 years now, so I know a thing or two. So yeah. Oof, no.
Would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Yeah, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Say, why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why would
inside?
you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Your
inside?
mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Well, your mind is a space that creates the horizon.
Your mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Well, your mind is a space that creates the horizon.
Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
You know, you can feel it when you look inside. You know, you can feel it. It's no surprise. Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Say, why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Inside, all of the world inside.
Now the trick becomes, how do I lay this out in the most effective manner? Yeah, that is definitely not the most effective or efficient manner. So, let's carve this up a little bit. You want to maximize your UV space. can get away with shrinking this a little bit too. Because this is on the inside. Alright, so now make sure that everything here exception of that there, it all has the same textile density now. This I'm going to blow up. I want the maximum space here because this is going to be where I put the game art for the cartridge. So I want that to have a lot of UV space, a lot of detail, a lot of space for information. Alright, and that is the whole thing. The cartridge and the console now have a complete UV map. So everything here. Alright, so cartridge has a UV space and the console has a UV space. Go ahead and... Yep. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you very much for watching. And just keep your eyes open for another broadcast when I make one. I'm not entirely sure when that's going to be. Whenever I have the time. So, have a nice night, and as always, may the Force be with you.